It is late April. We have the Overwatch 2 beta coming out in just a few days, and we have reporting in front of us from IGN saying Overwatch 2, Blizzard devs upset and annoyed by delays. You and me both, Blizzard devs, you and me both. But I have zero control over when the game gets released, and you guys have at least a little bit. So let's get into it. Let's see what gets said here. So the first thing of interest is this quote from Goodman saying, I think the whole team was kind of upset and annoyed a bit with the timing of how everything got delayed, Goodman added. There were lots of reasons for it. It wasn't just one thing. Okay, lots of reasons. That makes sense. We could think of maybe the game was announced too early around the Hearthstone stuff and they needed some positive PR. We could think about, obviously, Jeff leaving the company. That could have slowed things down. We can think of the sexual allegations that happened against Activision Blizzard and how that led to a brain drain, how there was distractions, I'm sure, from management around the company from having to deal with these allegations, having to deal with the legal ramifications of this. Could see all those stuff slowing down and even the brain drain as a result of that slowing things down. So sure. But then we're getting some editorializing from IGN here saying, according to the interview, these delays came from production costs. Well, production cost isn't exactly any of those things that we might have thought of, and it seems a little weird. Why would Activision Blizzard be operating on a small budget for Overwatch 2, which would be expected to be a pretty big game? But let's read on. It's a pretty constant topic for everything in the game, actually. Production costs, Goodman said. I mean, Blizzard is not really a studio that is shackled to dates, but that doesn't mean we're completely free from all concerns of production costs and time. So what Goodman is referring to here is historically Blizzard, at least before the acquisition and for the first year or so after the acquisition by Activision, was allowed to go, hey, we're going to make the best games, like one of the best games for each genre we choose to participate in, and we're going to release it when it's done. You can't rush us. We're going to work on it, and you'll get it when you get it. It'll be done when it's done. That's how we think about it. We're really not attached to the clock. That's how they worked during... You could talk about StarCraft Brood War, you could talk about Warcraft 3, you could talk about Diablo 2, what we might think of as the height of Blizzard there. Okay, cool. As time went on with Activision, as they got more integrated, we seem to have seen more influence from Activision. Maybe that was them thinking about, we get Call of Duty titles every year too. Why can't you do that, Activision? Why can't we have your games coming out faster than that? You don't release enough games, Blizzard. What's going on? Or it could have been a greater focus on ROI. Is, hey, they think more in those terms. They think more with the dollar signs there. And we do get in this article some reference to, hey, it looks like ROI played a point here. I mean, they're talking all about production costs here. We get some of, hey, even the transparency, even the lack of communication may have been tied to the dev team didn't want to talk about changes that they were thinking about making in Overwatch 2, things that they were experimenting with when, oh yeah, we're not sure that's going to make it because it might be too expensive. It might not get enough return on investment, what we're doing there. So it may actually get cut. And that may have been part of what shut down some of the communication here. So that's interesting. Let's read on. I'd say the last interesting bit here is this bit from Brandon Brennan that's, I'm ready for us to rise above what happened and grow from it. Don't turn the corner and turn a blind eye to it. Just be better. Get these games into the players' hands and get them to be excited about something from us for once. I do think we're approaching that moment. It at least feels that way to me. I think he's right that, we are approaching that moment. If they release good content, people will look past their flaws. People will look past some of the mistakes of the past that they've had. That is how humans tend to function. Maybe they shouldn't function that way, but that is how humans tend to function. You can have your own decisions around that. So getting content out there is the key. But what do you guys think? Have we gotten the full story here over what the delays were? Was it production costs? Is it weird that they're operating on kind of a shoestring budget, obviously more than that, but a light one? Or should we expect that, hey, it's going to be a lot better in the Microsoft world once that acquisition goes through, if that acquisition goes through? Let me know what you think in the comments. Was this more production cost delays? Was this more other thing delays, lawsuits, PR moves, that sort of thing? I'm definitely curious. Also, be sure to subscribe, share this out with your friends, make sure that you're subscribed, and drop those likes so that you can pick this Contenders Coach Brain going into Overwatch 2, and I will keep you guys up to date. Thanks. Temporal out.